everyone, I'm Taylor, this is Cassie, and Jenny is our seller today, and we are from OfficeMax. And just a quick information about OfficeMax, they're a leader in both business and retail office products, which includes office supplies, paper technology, furniture. They're serving enterprise level, mid-size, and small businesses, also individual customers, through direct sales, catalogs, internet, and superstores. OfficeMax, 78% of the top 200 customers have a 7-year or more partnership history. These are just some of the big names that they sell to. This is our buyer, Sierra View District Hospital. It's a full-service 163-bed facility, a leader in healthcare, and it's the only hospital in the city of a population of just 40,000. It serves the needs of 110,000 patients, and it's the busiest emergency room in Canada. The objective of our sales presentation today is to develop an office supply contract with a large community hospital, negotiate pricing on all common use office supplies, establish online website, and maintain customer service. Okay.
Ready? You want to signal her to come in?
My name is Lester, and I'm from OfficeMax Solutions. Okay, it's nice to meet you. Sit down. The pleasure's mine. I wanted to tell you what a beautiful facility it is that you guys run here. I recently read your article about Sierra View Hospital in Healthcare Magazine. It must have been such an honor to receive such high esteem.
No, thank you. We work really hard to keep it up, and we really appreciate it.
Well, your hospital surely deserves the most high-quality products and equipment. I was recently speaking to Mr. Stein over at Children's Hospital.
Oh, Todd?
Yeah, before speaking to him, I had no idea that your two hospitals were partners.
Todd's a good friend of mine. Actually, I spoke to him earlier today, and he was telling me some pretty good things about your customer service programs over at OfficeMax. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say today.
Okay, great. Well, then let's get started. I'd like to start by asking you a couple questions and taking some notes on your current situation, if that would be all right?
Sounds fine.
Okay, well, would I be correct in assuming that your two suppliers are Office Depot and IKEA?
Yes.
And could you explain to me what you feel that these suppliers do well for you?
Well, they have the equipment that I need and when I need it, so.
Okay, and is there any area in which you feel that your supply contract could be improved?
Well, actually, we don't have a supply contract with IKEA. We just purchase from them when we need the items. And with Office Depot, we would rather have a more personal relationship with them.
Okay, can you elaborate more on what you mean by that?
Well, by personal relationship, I would mean a more direct relationship, kind of where they would know my needs and be able to act on them.
Okay, and can you explain how the customer support is with these suppliers?
It's okay, but it could be a little bit faster.
Okay, so from what I'm understanding, it would be more helpful for you to have a more direct relationship with your suppliers in order to provide faster service? Is that right?
Yes, that sounds great.
Okay, just a couple more questions. Can you explain to me how you're currently billed with your suppliers?
We're billed every time we make a purchase.
Okay, so there's no regular system or billing agreement?
No.
Okay, well, would you find it helpful to have a system in which supplies are regularly sent to you and you're billed quarterly or even monthly?
Yes, that sounds great.
Okay, and would it be of interest to you to have an agent who has assessed your needs and send you products based on those needs?
Yes, that sounds very good.
Okay, great. Well, to summarize what we've talked about, from what I understand, it would be more helpful for you to have a more direct relationship with your supplier in order to provide more feedback. And with OfficeMax, we have a direct sales force who can provide you with aggressive and consistent contract management.
Contract management, what do you mean?
Okay, well, let me explain a little more. On a quarterly basis, we assess your usage and determine which items have increased in usage, and therefore we just feel they deserve lower prices. And then these prices are proactively lowered every quarter for you.
Okay, I'm still not understanding that.
Confused? Okay, well, yeah, I have an example for you. Here's
Okay.
an example of a quarterly report. It's actually from your partner's hospital. As you can see here, Mr. Stein orders a large quantity of folders to keep track of patients' files, and because of this, we are able to lower his costs.
Okay, but how would this be able to lower costs individually?
Okay, well, let me start by backtracking and telling you how
just a little bit confused.
this can save you time, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, through OfficeMax, we have something that we feel makes us better than our competitors, and that is our PIN technology.
Okay. And PIN technology for office supplies?
Yeah, it seems a little bit confusing, but I can sort of explain that to you. Each employee at your place will be assigned a PIN number, and with this PIN number, every transaction they make will be tied back to OfficeMax's PIN number.
Okay, that sounds very complicated, and I'm not the one to be talking to you with technology and all that stuff. I don't really understand what you're saying.
Okay, well, I understand how people feel this can be complicated, but it's actually quite useful. Let me show you through our customer insight reports. You can see which of your employees are spending a significant amount of money at a time with supply issues, and that we feel that we can reduce this time afterwards.
Okay, so how would this though reduce the time by individuals, like my individual users that I'm looking over?
Okay, so let's say for instance, Bob in your pharmacy is spending 40% more time on returns than the average user. We can then contact Bob and see why this is, and then hopefully we can find out maybe he has an outdated catalog, or he's unaware that he could sample products from OfficeMax before purchasing.
Okay, well that does sound great, but how much time is it going to take to implement this new technology? I mean, what work is going to be?
Okay, this technology will take no time at all. OfficeMax does all the work for you. They assign the PIN numbers to each of your users, and then they are emailed to them after they're assigned.
So what you're saying is that it's not going to take any time by me or my employees?
No time at all.
Oh wow, that's actually a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Okay, great. Well, now that you understand this PIN system, let me tell you more about how OfficeMax can save you money with alternative products through our Select Save program.
Okay.
With the Select Save program, we quarterly analyze your supply line history and then generate spreadsheets. And based on this, we can compare your current buying purchases with those purchases so we feel it could save you a substantial amount of money.
Okay.
Okay. Well, for instance, you said that your hospital is spending about $300,000 annually on equipment and supplies.
Yes, yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, and we also said that you're currently spending with Office Depot about $180,000 a year on the top 50 items that you're purchasing with them.
Actually, I think we spend much more than that.
Okay, well, let's be conservative and keep it at that number, okay? As you can see here, when switching from Office Depot to OfficeMax, we will have $30,000 in savings annually.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Okay, and when you compare these two numbers, that's a 17.5% savings on cost.
That's
With the
incredible.
Select Save program that I just talked to you about.
Wow.
Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
You know, it does sound like something I would be interested in, and I mean, you showed me a lot of good stuff today, but really, I just don't have that much time right now. It's a very busy time around the hospital. I can't be jumping into any contracts today.
Okay, I totally understand how you feel. I feel the same way in my work. There's never enough time in a day to do everything it is I want to do. That's why with OfficeMax, we do all the footwork for you when it comes to reporting.
Yeah, I mean, that does sound really great, but it seems like it's going to just be a lot of work changing vendors. I mean, our current suppliers aren't that bad, I guess.
Okay, well, if I can show you today a hassle-free way to change vendors, would you be willing to switch to OfficeMax?
I'm listening.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, let me recap on everything that we've gone through. First, I showed you ways that we can save through this PIN technology. You'll be able to save time. And secondly, you'll be able to save through the Select Save program. And thirdly, we've shown you that you can decrease your cost by as much as 17%.
I mean, that sounds great, but I have just a couple more concerns. Those all sound really good.
Okay.
One concern is that it seems like I've noticed that your company is actually much smaller than who we're currently purchasing.
I can understand how you feel that way, and it's a common misconception, and one that your friend Mr. Stein also had before becoming a client with us. And in reality, we're actually have a higher volume in business-to-business contracts than the current supplier you're with right now.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
So, it seems like there's still something holding you back.
You know, there is. I was a little upset because I've heard so many good things from Mr. Stein on your company and what you had to offer with your customer service, because that's really what we need. But I did a little research on you on the internet, and have you heard of an internet source called www.resellersratings.com?
Yes, I have heard of that
Okay,
before.
well, so you would know that there are 132 ratings of your company's services on it, and most of them are very negative. How would you defend yourself?
I understand how you feel concerned about this, and we're working to work through this, but I want you to know that your relationship with me would never be compromised, and that should not be a concern of yours.
Okay, well, that does make me feel a lot better.
Is there anything else holding you back?
Can you go through the main points that we went through earlier? I was a little confused with new technology.
Yeah, so
That's
first of
for-
all, I showed you that you can save time with new technology. Would
Okay.
you agree?
Yes.
Okay, and secondly, I showed you how we can decrease your cost by over 17% through our Select Save program.
Yes.
Okay, and then lastly, I showed you through our quarterly reports how we can provide you with consistent and aggressive contract management. Wouldn't you agree?
That's true. It's quite impressive.
Okay, great. Well, would you like your deliveries once or twice a week?
I would actually prefer twice a week, considering how large our hospital is and how
All
many
right,
departments we have.
well, I can get you started with your pin right now if you'd like.